I'm going to take a look at the morale cost of stealing from the garage today. So we've got this crew. We've got Sveta, Anton, Zlatan, and Pavel. So we're going to use Pavel, and I'm going to start out at the quiet house because I just want to use this as a benchmark about what happens when you steal from there and the morale cost. So meantime, just get a couple of guards on, because why not? So as you can see, everybody's neutral at the moment, apart from Zlata, who's content. So we're going to go here, we're going to steal and see what the impact is. So preparation, we just need a crowbar and go. So quiet house, you've got a number of piles here which are non-stealing, but as you enter the house, you meet this old couple. They tell you to go away, but they don't fight back or anything. You've got 3 places you can crowbar open, and there's a bunch of piles you can steal from all over the house. So what I'm going to do is just go steal everything, dump it in the pile here, and I'm back soon. Okay, so we're back. We've picked up everything. There are 2 piles. Now, these items were not stolen, so these were from the piles that were not labeled stealing. And of course the crowbar that we brought with us. But this is all the stolen goods. So we went around the house, picked up everything labeled stealing, and we put it into this pile here. So loot table differs per run, but it seems to be that you get 6 meds. So let's just take all the meds and food. And then around a bunch of stuff. So this is all stolen goods, and let's go back and see what the morale cost is. Okay, so we're at home, we can see the morale cost now. So Pavel was neutral before, he's gone to sad. Anton's gone to sad. Sveta doesn't mind. And she was content, but she's dropped to level. So that seems to be quite normal. I've done this a few times with the quiet house. This is the general result that you get. So poor old people, I can't stop matching my parents in that situation. So it's reflected in all of their bios. They all mention something about stealing from the old couple. So it registered with everybody. Food will die, won't search harder for it. I don't think stealing from that old couple, okay. Alright, so now what we're going to do is end the day. Just make sure that everybody gets to sleep, and then we're going to go back and finish off that pile of stolen goods. So here we are at night time, so she's tired, so we'll put her to sleep. We'll put him on guard, put her on guard. So they're all very hungry because I fed them all on day 5, which was their first meal, and they'll get a meal on day 8. So they'll go into tomorrow on their second day of very hungry. And Pavel's scavenge, and we're going back to the quiet house and go. Alright, so we're back, and this was our stolen pile, remember? So this is all stolen goods, or previously stolen goods. Done. Alright, see how the old couple is. They're still here. What's happening? Who are you? Etc. Alright, let's go home. So they're still here. They didn't die. Okay, firstly, Sveta was wounded. But okay, attackers didn't steal anything. So how are we? So Pavel's still sad. Anton, neutral. Sveta, neutral. And Zlata is neutral. So, if we look at the bios, there was no register of going back and taking anything stolen from the quiet house that second time. So we just got 1 hit for the steal from the quiet house, and apart from 1 sad, we're pretty much back to normal. Everybody eats today and life goes on. Alright, now let's take a look at the garage. So here we are back at night 6. We've got the same crew, same run through, so everything is the same, except for we haven't been to the quiet house this time. Okay, so this time we're going to do the garage. We're going to take Pavel again, have these 2 guard. This one's sleep. So as before, we've got, I think it's the same as before, 1 content and 3 neutral. So we're starting more or less in the same position, so let's go. So I'm not going to talk to Matey at all. I'm just going to take what we need to steal from him, which is a saw blade and a lockpick, and go. Because the thing is, if we traded with Matey, it would create a slight difference between, in the comparison between the quiet house and here, because if we traded a med for him, that doesn't give a morale bump. I just want to try and keep everything, all else simple. Sorry, all else the same here. So I'm not going to bother with any of the non-stealing piles. I'm just going to go in here and steal everything I can. So there's the grandfather, he's asleep. Just going to go in here and steal everything and stick it into a pile right here back when I'm done. All right, so we're done. So everything here has been picked up and it's been put into this pile. So this pile is all stolen goods here. And this is what we got. So quite a bit of food, some meds there. No hatchet, unfortunately. So in comparison to the Quiet House, this looks quite light. The loot table does vary per run. This doesn't look that great, but I'd say it's not as good as the Quiet House because you don't have the 6 meds, but you do have more food. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take just stolen goods. Don't think it matters which, so let's just take this. Go home and see the morale cost. So we're back home and we can see how everybody's feeling now. So we've got Pavel, he's sad. We've got Anton, he's sad. She's neutral and she's neutral. So pretty much the same as when we stole from the Quiet House. So now let's go to the end of the day and go back to the garage. So here we are at the end of the day. So we're going to have Pavel go scavenge again. We're going to put 2 guards up, same as before, and we're going to put him to sleep. Prepare, no preparation necessary, and go. So what we're going to do is just do exactly the same as we did at the Quiet House. We're going to go to our pile of stolen goods, pick up some things, and then go home. And then tomorrow will be day 8. Their feeding schedule has been identical as when we went on that stealing spree at the Quiet House. So the only difference is that we've stolen twice from the garage versus twice from... Okay, so I can grab all the stolen goods there, and let's go home. So we've been raided again, exactly the same as before. Anton was wounded this time, so everything the same. They haven't eaten. Day 8 would be a feeding day. So now let's look. We got Pavel, who's now depressed, and we've got a sad. So we've got 3 sads and a depressed. If we look at the bios, poor people, I knew it was cruel to take their supplies either. So that's a day 7 registry of stealing from the garage. And there's a day 6 registry. So we basically got a double hit from stealing from the garage, whereas stealing from the Quiet House, we only got a single hit. So I think that's an important distinction to make, that if you are going to be stealing from the garage, you need to keep the stolen goods separate and not go back and take a double dip into that pile, because otherwise you're going to take another morale hit, whereas you don't get that in the Quiet House. But anyway, that's the point I just wanted to make, that there is a difference between the two, and hopefully that was helpful, and thanks for watching. Bye.